Hello everyone, my name is Overgamer3, being guest today some more Let's Play Xenoblade Chronicle X. Unfortunately for you, during the last episode, I do not remember what we did, although I'm pretty sure it involved some kind of xenoform talking and stuff like that. But today, we are doing, finally, a story mission. Thank God! And I need to fire loud because he shouldn't be there. Anyway, today as per usual, we're doing a story mission in chapter 8. Of course, there's a level requirement and there's also progress requirement. As it is, you need to survey at least 10% of mirror, which if you have surveyed around 20 to 25% of Noctilum, not Sylvalum, Oblivia, and Primordia, by this point, the 10% marker should be really easily attainable. I mean, I did it, so it really shouldn't be that big of a deal. And you also need to do the matchmaker. If you did that mission where you need to survey 30% of Oblivia, which is, I believe, booming business, that should not be of any issues to you. Now, the other thing I want to mention is, of course, the required level, because there is not a cap, but a certain level at which things can be a little bit easier for you. Now, this is the first time they actually do it, but they have a real level requirement of 30. Why do they do this? Because you cannot grind in this specific mission. In all other story missions, you could go out of bounds in the world and actually, you know, getting to higher places. But chapter 8 is a little bit different because there's no such thing as actually grinding. I mean, you can, but you cannot grind if you are not well prepared enough in that sort of mission. Meaning that you need to be at least level 30, and if I were you, I'd buy also a new brand scale frame of level 30 to accompany that. However, while they do recommend, well, they don't recommend, but they do require level 30, if you're anywhere between 31 and 32, I'd say you're pretty much good to go for this specific mission. There's not that much going on outside of fighting here, so as long as you have like a good set of combos and a good dynamic with your two party members, you should have a real damn easy time. Well, at least a much easier time than per usual. So let's just fire loud and we'll go on to the story mission then. 10% of mirror, god damn, that's quite a lot actually.
What am I in the mood to make?
Ooh, I don't know actually. Those frog raw and tandoori chicken. Oh god, I go with tandoori chicken.
Now that is a good idea.
Lily, what is Lily making?
Citizens of NLA, this is Secretary Naga. Those of you that have served under me, here or on the White Whale, know I'm not one to mince words. So, I'll get right to the point. We are at war. Even now, The hostile alien force known as the Ganglion is marching on New Los Angeles. We know they possess Skell-class ground-based units, and we have reports of unidentified flying weaponry as well. Director General Chosan is attempting to open a dialogue. But our enemy has shown no signs of being open to negotiation. In light of all this, it is my duty to prepare us all for the worst. And this is why I've called an emergency assembly of all Blade divisions. To be clear, none of this changes our mission with regards to recovering the Lifehold. But in the short term, it is absolutely crucial that we protect our city. Not just for our fellow humans, but for the Manon and our other xenoform allies as well. New Los Angeles is home to us all, including our brothers and sisters yet to be awakened. In that spirit, the Manon have agreed to use their ship to ferry all non-combatants out of the combat zone. This is a temporary measure, but also a very good example of how we all, human and xenoform alike, must sacrifice and contribute to our common cause. For those of us who will fight, I promise you that once we prevail, any mimeosome damaged or destroyed will be fully restored. Troops, a trying battle awaits us, but we must repel the coming invasion, no matter what the cost. We're counting on you.
You all heard what Nagi said. Ganglion forces are closing in on the city. I'd love it if Chosan could negotiate our way out of this, but we all know better.
They've made their feelings about humans pretty clear.
Our team has been assigned the most crucial defensive position, the Administrative District Gate. If we lose Blade HQ, that's it. We've lost the war. We have to expect the Ganglion know this, and we'll hit it hard.
Yeah. No pressure there. Do we know where everyone else is stationed?
Irina's by the entrance to the Industrial District. Doug's on standby until we make visual contact with the enemy. And Lau's guarding the hangar.
Tatsu will manage supply lines. Use Nopon connections to keep key materials stocked.
Thanks, Tatsu. When this is all over, I'll bake you into a delicious meal.
Tatsu heard you say into, Lindley.
And you, Rook. You ready?
To be honest, me too.
You'd be a fool not to be scared.
So Elma is scared too?
Of course. Bravery isn't about never being afraid. Bravery is being afraid and moving forward anyway. Let's move out.
Chapter 8. Looks like there's an incoming invasion. And we are the ones to stop it. Get some actual pretty good rewards. And all we gotta do is leave the Blade Barracks. Now this, I just want to address this. This is something really cool. Once you go out, you cannot escape. This is why this is the only time in the game where they give you the shop inside of the Blade Barracks. This is a very small thing. This is why you have Nopon merchants here, which is why they say like, oh, we keep the material inside of the barracks and inside of the building so we can protect it. I just find this a really cool detail, as you can shop and get whatever weaponry you need before you go out. But we have to go.
Bad time for rain.
This is Brigadier General Jack Bantam, Supreme Commander of the Defense Force of the Colony of New Los Angeles.
I'm sorry, Supreme what? Where are all these titles coming from?
He's trying to lay on some gravitas. He wants to sound like the leader of a huge organized army.
Yeah, but Brigadier General?
Well, it's just a title. He can call himself Colonel Squaretash for all I care. If it gets the ganglion to listen, I'm all for it.
Great. Now I'll never get Colonel Squaretash out of my head.
Attention, Ganglia. Your army has unlawfully crossed New LA's defense perimeter. You have 10 seconds to hold your advance and agree to negotiate. If you do not comply, we will have no choice but to interpret your actions as a declaration of war and launch our counterattack. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All units open fire!
It started.
All right, remember. Our job is to destroy any ganglion that so much as think about going through the gate here and infiltrating the city. Got it?
Roger.
Tatsu is Roger too.
War never changes. New LA primary defensive line. Let's get this shit going. Now, let's start this fight against the ganglion. God, I had a little bit of a hiccup there for a second. Now let me start off by saying this. This is an actual difficult fight. Not only because Lynn and Elma do not have scouts, which they should, and not only are they far lower level than they should be, like they shouldn't be, but I don't know how we're gonna fare in terms of survivability because I do not have a character built specifically for that in mind currently. I'm just like building up my levels as I go along in this, and I'm not doing too hot as it is, so I'm not exactly sure how well I'm gonna be doing, but looks like we have to go. Could do the diddly do, so let's get going. Gotta fight against the Pudge, and then we'll go ahead and fight everybody else. So how about that? Get the Pigolith here. Luckily this is the first wave, and they really ease us into it, but still this is a pretty dangerous space as it is, and I wouldn't want this to go south, which it will inevitably will. So it really goes by waves, and this is something where you just have to last as long as possible, which is why they recommend you being they don't recommend you, they outright require you to be at least level 30, which you starting to get what I see here. You cannot leave this primary area before each and every wave is dealt with, which is why I cannot leave and you cannot grind, which is a reason why you cannot go back and, you know, just deal with it, man. Just go ahead and fucking destroy them all. You're defending LA. You should be proud of yourself.
Here's the next wave.
So many, too many.
Hold your ground. We're the last line between them and human extinction. We can't let them pass.
That was only the first wave, and now we're on a time limit. We have 3 minutes to defend the first line. No matter what you do, there's gonna be coming over and over again, and all you have is to take it up. So let's go into overdrive. Boa Constrictor does a ton of damage to all enemies nearby here. I love that art for that scale. The Boa Constrictor too. Oh, so good. There's others. There are other kinds of arts that you can gain from specific weaponry, but my god, Boa Constrictor, I mean, I kind of falling in love with it. It's absolutely fucking awesome. And the hitbox seems to be pretty wide too, making sure you can have multiple targets at once, and it just helps you. At the same time, Lynn's level up, also Zelma, so that leaves us making them just a little bit stronger as per usual, and we'll get to the end of it, to the bottom of it, relatively easy. Alright, let's just go and fight that Mordova. Should be dealt with relatively easy. We're 1/3 of the way there. That fight is actually kind of, not a mess, but a little bit stressful, I do have to say. We got some quos, and they just keep coming. They'll just keep coming, I'm telling you. I also love the background here. I love the fact that it's a rain terrain, which means that you're already at a disadvantage, as I've already said in the weather condition video. Well, it's not a video, but it was part of a video. Like, you're already at a disadvantage because it's in rain. And second, I just love how you can see like some things in the background. It doesn't make sense that you cannot interact with them, but it's still pretty interesting that you can see them. Like, you see the fire bullets, you see the ganglion line. Like, they don't advance, they fire from a far away, and they don't damage you, but because you're in a primary offensive area. But still, it's just interesting the fact that you can fight with all this thing going around. I just wish that the scales that were defending us would be maybe a little more farther apart, because you can downright go through them because they're not actual models in the specific area. They're just like standing there as background. It's like a wallpaper but in a 3D area, so it's hard to say what it actually is. It's just weird that, like I said, it's just weird that you cannot interact with them, and I don't like this. It makes them fake. It's all hell. I hate it. Once something is fake, you see all the details, all the juicy details, and just not as interesting as it was before. So that's our last, maybe not, won't be our last one, but there's only 20 seconds left. We can probably deal with this. We should be absolutely fine. 15 seconds. Dealing a lot of damage. Hopefully I can kill him before the animates. I probably won't. Doesn't matter. 5 seconds left. And that's the second wave.
Woo! Not so many bad aliens now.
It seems like it's working, Elma. The east gate is gonna hold.
Where are they? Could this really be all they have?
Elma?
Sorry. Yeah, so far so good. Let's keep it up.
Right.
Didn't have to.
The last wave is coming, and this time we don't have a timer, we just have to deal with the Galder. Galder are fucking powerful, let me tell you. We haven't fought that many Galder, if any, to begin with during this Let's Play, and let me tell you, Galder are the embodiment of fucking just wrecking your shit kind of enemies. If you fought Kmoeva type of ganglion weaponry and thought they were hard, Galder are so much beefier than this, and they can deal quite a punch. Some of their hearts are very easy to deal with most of the time. It's just that their mobility and size, it's what makes them intimidating and legitimately difficult to deal with, just because of that bulkiness sometimes. You have a multitude of blaze, thermal, and area of effect attack, and that's what's making them so damn hard to deal with. However, I seem to be doing fairly well with them, and I only have one left. Well, then again, Galder aren't even the epitome of ganglion weaponry. Believe it or not, there's actually others that are even more powerful in terms of weaponry. So just be careful. We're gonna get there when we're gonna get there, and you'll see it when we'll see it. But Jesus Christ, Galder are impressively hard to deal with, and the other kind, the Ciedia, are even harder and even beefier. It's impressive how much you can see they have health. Just go into the wiki and you'll see, and you'll be impressed yourself. Anyway, that guy's gonna launch missile at us. They're gonna deal pretty below average amount of damage, and we're done.
We got it. Let's move.
All right. Who's next?
Stand down, Lynn. We've cleared the area.
No further hostile signatures detected. All enemy craft in the combat arena has been destroyed.
Roger that.
We did it? We did it!
I think you're right. That was way too few troops. They must be testing our defenses.
Ugly aliens got one look at Hero Pan Tatsu and surrendered.
Something tells me no.
Absolutely huge and is airborne and coming in fast. The enemy are planning to attack LOA from above.
I knew it. The ground attack was a feint. Everyone, we need to get back to the city.
We're fighting inside the city?
I know, Lynn, I know. We tried to avoid it, but now we have no choice. Better to risk damaging the city than losing it altogether.
The hostile forces have crossed the perimeter. They've entered LOA airspace.
Tatsu panic! Everyone panic!
Let's move.